Analysis of this paper. So paper number is what? 636. I've seen for the first time a paper like this, and first 10 questions deal with errors, a new pattern, completely new pattern. What is the pattern? Your job is to identify or spot the errors. Besides that, you have to look at the combinations and decide the right option. And though they are easy, they are time-taking, obviously. Time-taking, do remember. And this passage about 800 words, all about banking sector, systems, security, technology, role of technology, a little complicated, not easy to understand within the stipulated time period. But still, the silver lining, what is it? You can answer words related, questions related to the words. 6 questions, 6 marks assured. And the last 5, again, they test your patience, and you have to go through all the sentences, each word. That takes hell a lot of time, not easy. Now, shall we see? To make it easy for you people, I'm going to focus on the instructions first. So, you may not see that. I'll read out the instructions. In the following questions, 2 sentences are given. There may be an error in the sentence or sentences. Select your answer from the given options accordingly. So, what are the options here? First, we'll try to become familiar. If there is an error only in the first sentence, you have to choose option 1. If there is an error only in the second sentence, option 2. If there are errors in both sentences, option 3. If there is no error in either of the sentences, 4. If there are more than 2 errors, this is another problem. 1 error difficult, more than 2 errors in either of the sentences. So, it is ultimate. Okay. Now, we'll see the first 2 sentences. We'll do it very slowly. We cannot do it in a hurry. But try to respond whenever asked a question. The motor show, which was held in the spacious glass house. Now, this is one clause. Now, you understand the importance of clauses, phrases. I underline importance of phrases and clauses. Now, this clause, which tense is it in? Past tense. On what basis can you tell that? Underline the word was held. Was held, which tense is that? Is it active voice or passive voice? They held something at some place. It was held at some place by someone. So, past tense, passive voice. Please make a note. First clause is in past tense, passive voice. Is attended by a large crowd. The second clause is in which tense? Present tense. Now, contextually, the whole context goes into the past. Now, can you use a present tense? No. Where is the error? Is not correct. Change it to the motor show, which was held in the spacious glass house, was attended by a large crowd. This is rather easy. Only 1 error. First sentence, you got the error based on contextual awareness. Why do I say contextual awareness? Do you find any time phrase here? There's no time phrase. Then you have to, based on the context, based on the verb used in past tense, you have to tell yourself it goes into the past. Then it is easy. Someone is knocking at the door. This goes with everyday English. Imagine there's a knock at the door, and how do you respond? How does someone respond? There is a knock on the door. One way we say that. Another expression, someone is knocking at the door. This is one more. And you may get the doubt, you may say someone is knocking the door. So, please underline, first you underline the phrase, someone is knocking at the door. You can also say, please write one expression, someone is knocking on the door. Please write the expression, someone is knocking on the door. Generally, now you have got 3 sentences. 1, someone is knocking the door. Someone is knocking at the door. Someone is knocking on the door. Of the 3, which one goes with usage, which is a regular one? What do you think? 1, 2, 3. How many of you say the first one? Someone is knocking the door. Conversational English point of view, generally we use the first one. What do we say? What is that noise? Then respond, someone is knocking the door. Who is knocking the door? We don't say who is knocking at the door. We don't say who is knocking on the door. So, there is an error in the second part also. What is it? Related to what? Please strike off the preposition at. Someone is knocking the door. Now, first sentence is an error. Second sentence is an error. Which option says that? What is the third option? If there are errors in both sentences. So what is the answer here? And I don't want to disclose the source, but some of these questions, very surprising. The key is not correct, some questions. Please take it for granted. The key is not correct. And what surprises me sometimes, when I see the key is completely off the track. In one of the questions, the last 5 questions, for one of the questions, the key says, the word goes with all the sentences. It is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. The word doesn't go with all the sentences. And what surprises me, how come they print that or how come they publish? They cannot do something, because I'm a professional, I know what the answer is. Imagine there's a candidate, then he sees what is the answer, the word goes with all the sentences, and he takes it for granted. That is not a fair thing, that is not a good thing. So many, I have seen a few sentences, problem is there. We'll go with the explanation. So what is the answer here? Third option. Now we will see second question. Ankita asked for leave as she was feeling a severe pain in her knee. Now generally certain verbs are not used in ing form. Verbs related to senses, see, hear, feel, touch, all these. Now where do you think the error is? Here she was feeling is not correct. Please underline that. Change it to she felt. What is it? F-E-L-T. Ankita asked for leave as she felt. She was feeling is not correct. As she felt. Hope you corrected. What is the second sentence? This is rather difficult. First one is rather easy. The beautiful girl was moved by the sight of an old beggar who was lying on the side of the road. Now where is the error? First question, do you think there is an error here? Shall I continue? Shall I? Thank you very much. It's too early to take the permission, hardly 5 minutes. And what is the answer here? First question, is there an error? Yes, firm yes. What is the error? First you underline who was lying. There is no error. What is the verb here? Lie. Lie means what? To be in the horizontal position, relaxing. Lie down, lying down. There is nothing wrong. But there is a problem with the preposition. On is not correct. By the side of the road. Please change on to by. By the side of the road. By the side of the road. Not on the side of the road. You got it? Any question? No. Now what is the answer? If there are errors in both sentences, third option is the answer. Question number 3. The royal family decided to stay at the hill station for a few more days as they were enchanted by the beautiful landscape. Underline the word enchanted. Enchanted means impressed, attracted. Enchanting means impressive, appealing, attractive. By the beautiful landscape. Now where is the error? Do you think there is an error? Now will you say for a few more days or for a few more days? What is the difference between few more days and a few more days? If you say there are few books on psychology in the library, what does it mean? No books, negative connotation. If I say there are a few books on psychology in the library, at least some. So they wanted to stay, forget about everything else, for a few more or for a few more days. So where is the error? Please add the indefinite article. For a few more days. If you say a few more, negative connotation, it doesn't make any sense. The principal doesn't seem to be impressed. Please underline the expression. Affirmative, he seems to be impressed. See, whenever you come across tough sentences related to active voice, passive voice, first you have to know for sure, if the sentence is in active voice, what is passive voice? If it is in passive voice, what is active voice? One thing. If the sentence is related to reported speech or indirect speech, you should know for sure what could be the actual sentence in direct speech. You have to know for sure. That means you are good at English. And here, affirmative interrogative. Those who don't have the handouts, please raise your hands. He is going to distribute. Please raise fully, otherwise you won't be able to make out. So here, the principal does not seem, which form is it? Affirmative or interrogative or negative? Negative. What is the affirmative form? The principal seems to be impressed. First you go for easy one. That you must have heard many a time, seen many a time. He seems to be impressed. Right or wrong? Right. What is the negative form? He doesn't seem to be impressed. Now replace he with the principal. The principal doesn't seem to be impressed. Any error here? No. Impressed by what? By the arrangements made for the seminar. By the arrangements. Do you find any error? And made for what? Made for the seminar. Do you find any error? That means what? There is no error in the second sentence. There is an error in the first sentence. So which option is correct? Again, you have to be careful. So what is the answer here? The first option. If there is an error only in the first sentence. Shall I move on to the next one? The little boy watched the bird curiously. Underline the word curiously. Children are always curious. Children are always curious. But there is a better word. Please write the word. Inquisitive. Children are always inquisitive. Means curious. It means the same. The little boy watched the bird curiously, adverb, when it ate the grains and flowed away. So what is the verb here? Please write the verb fly. What is the past form? Flew. What is the past participle? Flown. So is this right? What is the answer? Past tense, past form. Please make a note. When it ate the grains and flew away. That is the right. So there is an error here. What is the second sentence? The book by the writer, by the writer, I have been watching, Karthik. The book by the writer will finish before the end of this year. Now here what is the subject? Underline the book. The book does action or it receives action. Then we have to use active voice or passive voice. Now the sentence is in active voice or passive voice. Active voice means it's not correct. The book by the writer, and first you underline the time phrase. What is the time phrase here? Before the end of this year. It also means by the end of this year. There are two possibilities here. One possibility, you can use future in passive voice. Another possibility, you can use future perfect tense in passive voice. So what is the right answer? The book by the writer will be finished. First you write that expression. Will be finished. Will be finished. Which tense is that? I will finish the session. The session will be finished. First you write future tense. Second possibility, based on the time phrase, the book by the writer will have finished or will have been finished. It has to be in passive voice, and because it is not the doer, it is a receiver. So please write will have been finished. Will have been finished. Will have been finished. Which tense is that? Future perfect, active voice or passive voice? Passive voice. Please make a note. Future perfect, passive voice. I know a lot of students haven't learnt yet. Just make a note. Future perfect, passive voice. Now there is an error in the first sentence. There is an error in the second sentence. So for the third time you have got the third option. What is the answer? If there are errors in both sentences, the third option. Shall I move on to the next one? You have a problem. What is the problem? Which question? No problem. Sure. I doubt. Whatever it is. Question number 5. Ram is a role model. Underline the expression role model. Ram is a role model for the beginners who hope that they can accomplish. Underline the word accomplish. It's a very good word. They can accomplish well by their sincere efforts. This is a little tricky. What is the verb here? Underline the word. First clause, Ram is a role model for the beginners. Then after that, who hope that they can accomplish. Helping verb can. They can accomplish how much? How? What is the word you're getting? Well. Well, which part of speech? Adverb. So do you think it is right or wrong? Generally, we don't say they can accomplish well. We say they can accomplish a lot. They can accomplish within no time. Please write the expressions. They can accomplish a lot. A lot. Also write, they can accomplish within no time. Within no time. But there is nothing wrong. They can accomplish well. Means properly. You can use an adverb, you can use the word well, but it is not in usage. So that means you have an error or you don't have an error. Here definitely you cannot use the adjective. What I thought, sometimes they give this way. They can accomplish good. Is it right or wrong? Accomplish how? You cannot use an adjective. You have to use an adverb. So in some exams, not exactly the same pattern, I will change a sentence. She has done the work as good as she could. Right or wrong? She has done the work as good as she could. Forget about she could. Remaining, she has done the work as good as. Right or wrong? It is wrong. What is the reason? What is the verb here, done? She has done the work. You should ask the question, how? Then you have to use an adverb. Then what is the answer? Good is an adjective. You have to say she has done the work as well as she could. They give in 1 or 2 exams. So nothing wrong with that sentence. We will see the second one. A program should be either informative or, first you underline should be. Here it is like parallel expression. Should be either informative or entertaining. Do you have to use the helping verb to be? Please respond. Not required. A program should be either informative or entertaining. We don't say should be either informative or is entertaining. Absolutely wrong. So what is wrong with this sentence? A program should be either informative, underline the word informative. Which part of speech is it? Informative session, informative adjective, entertaining session, adjective. So parallel expression, same grammatical unit. So either informative or entertaining. Do you find, so already you got the error. What is the error? Is. First sentence, any error? No error. So which option now? Second option, if there is an error only in the second sentence. Second option is the answer. The employee having a taste of success. This is a bit difficult. He determined to put a lot of effort into the project. You have to rewrite. Please rewrite. Please rewrite. Don't correct that one. Having a taste of success. Please write. Having a taste of success. Having a taste of success. The employee determined to put a lot of effort into the project. The employee having a taste of success. After that, you have to use the employee. Having a taste of success, the employee determined to put a lot of effort into the project. Means he made a firm decision. Means what? He made a firm decision. That means there is an error in the first sentence. Second sentence, Misha completed the research project successfully. So she was the recipient of a doctorate degree. Underline research project. So after your PG, you enroll for research. There are 2 options. You can enroll for MPhil you can enroll for PhD. So doctorate, that is PhD, Doctor of Philosophy. So here Misha completed the research project successfully, full stop. So she was the recipient of a doctorate degree. Do you find any error? No error. There is no error in the second sentence. But there is an error in the first sentence. So which option is right? The first option. Error only in the first sentence. Second sentence, no error. First option. Sentence number 7. Hope you guys are listening attentively. I am doing very slowly because these are not that easy. And when you listen to a lot of questions and so many of them go wrong, obviously you get a little disturbed. But try to learn something. Much to his chagrin, underline the word chagrin. Chagrin means annoy, get annoyed, become angry, annoyed, angry. And also write the word feel indignant. Indignant. Indignant means what? You feel that someone has not treated you in a proper manner, not fairly treated, treated unfairly. Someone treats you unfairly, then you use the word indignant, or you get annoyed, obviously. So much to his chagrin, he found his children preferred instant success than long-term benefit. This is rather easy. Compare to adjectives and also the verb prefer. Compare to adjectives like anterior, posterior, superior, inferior, senior, junior, prefer, elder. Prefer is the verb, preferable, elder, prior. And the verb prefer, they all take the preposition which one? To, not than. What is the word here you see in the sentence? Preferred what? Than. Is that right? Mark it wrong and change it to preferred instant success to long-term benefit. This is rather easy, purely based on grammar knowledge. What is the second sentence? The job of the female marketing employees is similar with that of their male counterparts. First you underline the word counterpart. Means same position. Today if you go to the IT sector, they use this word quite often. Imagine you're a manager, a technical manager, and same designation someone else in the UK, and you have a meeting. You're a manager, he's a manager. Someone asks, what is this meeting about? Who do you have the meeting with, or whom do you have the meeting with? I have the meeting with my counterpart. Counterpart means same designation, same job responsibilities, but some other place or some other branch. Now the job of the female marketing employees is similar. I will give the choice, similar with that of or similar to that of. So where is the error? With is not correct. Similar to that of their male counterparts. Not similar with, similar to. Hope you have corrected. Now there is an error in the first sentence, there is an error in the second sentence. What is the answer here? Third option is the answer. Question number 8. No one objected to the notion of shifting to new premises, did they? This is really a good question. Please underline the subject. What is the subject here? No one. And this question is related to question tags. Usually question tags are easy. All that you have to do, the 12 tenses, every tense has a helping verb. You have to use the appropriate helping verb. And if the sentence is an affirmative, you have to use the word not after the helping verb and repeat the pronoun. If the sentence is in negative form, then you should not use the word not. You have to use the subject, pronoun, and the helping verb and the pronoun. Now those are easy, but this goes with specific rules related to question tags. I don't know how many of you have learned question tags. First I will spend a few minutes on common errors. Question tags today, if you take in our country, a lot of guys and could be educated people or those who are good at conversational English. They are reasonably good at English, but when it comes to question tags, surprisingly they make mistakes. One of the reasons, they translate from the mother tongue to English. So if you take Telugu language, 3 tenses we use, all the 3 tenses we use the same tag. The tag doesn't change. And English, it is not like that. Every tense the tag changes. For example, she came yesterday. Which tense is this? Past tense. Here, what is the helping verb that goes with past tense in interrogative and negative forms? Did. Plus not. What is the short form? And what is the subject here? She. You have to use only the pronoun. So, easy. She comes every day. Which tense is this? Present tense. What is the helping verb that goes with present tense? Third person singular, does. So, she comes every day, doesn't she? She has already come, present perfect. So, what is the tag? Hasn't she? But educated Indians who are otherwise good at English, they tend to use the tag, isn't it? She came yesterday, isn't it? She comes every day, isn't it? She has already come, isn't it? Not correct. In English, every tense takes a different tag. These are basic knowledge. If they give in the exam, many students can answer. But when it comes to basics, there is one thing very important. If I make the sentence, I am writing a letter. What is the helping verb here? Am. And you want to form the tag, you have to take the helping verb, take the word not, use the short form, and repeat the subject, the pronoun. So you have to use a short form of am not. So what will you write in the tag? I am writing a letter. What is a tag? No, only the tag. Some students know that. Surprisingly, the tag is aren't I. Now, if you are a smart student, a clever person, first doubt you get, first question you ask. So, from where the hell R has come? From where you got R? Do you find R anywhere? I am writing a letter, in the tag you see R. From where? That is English, you cannot question. English has a lot of exceptions, weird things, we have to accept and move on. So many exams have given this one. What is it? I am writing a letter. What is the tag? Aren't I? Aren't. That is strange, we have to accept. But higher level, first you listen, this question related. Whatever I have said, basic information. Now, there are specific rules. One of the rules, when you use words like, pronouns like, someone, somebody, nobody, no one, then you have to use in the question tag the pronoun they. What is the question tag? They. First rule. Second rule, when you use a negative word as a subject, then in the question tag you should not use the word not. Now we'll go to this sentence. What is this sentence? What is the subject here? No one. And what is the pronoun you're supposed to use? I said they. So no error. And no one, it's a negative expression. In the tag, we should not use the word not. So this sentence is in which tense? No one objected to the notion, past tense. So we have to use the helping verb did. Clear? You want to write the rule or you can remember? You want to write? Please write the rule. If we use words like, pronouns, better you write pronouns. We use pronouns like nobody, no one, somebody, someone, no one, nobody, someone, somebody, etc., comma. We should use the pronoun they in the question tag. We should use the pronoun they in the question tag. Underline pronoun they. Now write one more example. Nobody called yesterday. Write the sentence. Nobody called yesterday. Now nobody called yesterday. Which tense is this? Past tense. Now what is the tag? One thing, pronoun should be they. Second, nobody is a negative word. You should not use the word not. So what is the tag? Did they? Did they? Now write one more example. Somebody wanted water. Somebody wanted water. Now somebody wanted water. Which tense is this? Past tense. But somebody is not a negative word. It is not a negative word. So what is the tag? Didn't they? Please write. Didn't they or didn't they? Did plus not. And the pronoun is they. In some exams they gave one more dimension is there. Please write that. Now these three rules are very important. Hope you are willing to write. What is the first one? When you use nobody, no one, somebody, someone, the pronoun should be what? They. Now write the second rule. When we use a negative word, when we use a negative word as a subject, when we use a negative word as a subject, comma, we should not use the word not. We should not use the word not in the question tag. We should not use the word not. Underline the word not in the question tag. So write one example. Already I have written nobody called yesterday. Nobody is negative. In the question tag, have you used the word not? No. Now the third rule, if the subject is nothing, underline the word nothing. If the subject is nothing, comma, we should use a pronoun it in the question tag. We should use a pronoun it in the question tag. Now write this sentence. Nothing can be done. Nothing can be done. What is the subject here? Nothing. Now what is the helping verb here? Can, underline. Now two dimensions. One, negative word. You cannot use the word not. Second, the subject is nothing. You have to use the pronoun it. Tell me the tag. Can it? Very good. Please write. Nothing can be done. Can it? That is the answer. Can it? A lot of people don't know this rule, so an important one, do remember. So the first sentence, there is no error. It never occurred to me that perhaps he was cheating. Do you find any error? Hope you guys are listening. Please respond. Do you find any error? How many of you say no error? That's very good. There is no error in the first sentence. There is no error in the second sentence. Now based on that, which option you have to, what is the fourth option? If there is no error in either of the sentences, that is the answer. Question number 9. The disastrous earthquake. Underline the word disastrous. Disaster means what? Something negative, very bad, mishap. The disastrous earthquake caused loss of life. Underline the word loss. Loss of life, property, and loss of the hope of survival. Can you use loss 2 times? So where is the error? Loss of life 1, property 2, and the hope of survival. So please strike off, and the hope of survival. Loss of life, property, and the hope of survival. That is the right sentence. When Atul was traveling abroad, he received a message from one of his friends that his film was nominated for the Oscar. Any error? No error. There is an error in the first sentence, so what is the answer here? The first option, only sentence number 1. Sentence number 10. This is a little tricky. Mark admired the car, but not its price. A short sentence. Mark admired what? The car, but not its price. You find any error? No error. Sam is tall enough to see above the heads of other people. Now, do you find any error? Yes, what is it? Do you find some problem with above? So what is the word? You must have thought of over or any other word. Have you thought of over? Okay. But let me tell you, I had to cross-check this one. I had to cross-check. Generally, we say above talks about the position. It talks about the position. And over has different meanings. And in this context, I personally felt over would have been a better word. And I had a doubt, see above the heads, is it right or wrong? That I had to cross-check. But I found there is an expression like see above the heads. That means there is no error. So what is the answer based on that? There is no error in the first sentence. There is no error in the second sentence. Sam is tall enough to see above the heads of other people. Absolutely no problem. There is an expression, see above the heads. That means there is no problem here. So based on that, what is the answer? First sentence is right, second sentence is right. So answer is, what is it? His is what? Person. You are talking about? Car is obviously neuter gender. Why not? The price of the car, but usage point of view, its price. I don't think usage point of view, the expression is right. Generally, we don't use, that's a very good doubt. Her doubt is, I appreciate this girl, already have learned the rule. What is the rule? When it comes to the possessive, possession, we use possessive pronouns or the possessive case. Possessive case with what? With living beings, but that goes with nouns. But here what is it? Pronoun, one thing. When you write the car's price, you got confused between the noun and the pronoun. Still I appreciate you. What is the reason? If you remember, when I taught nouns, I gave this rule. What? If you remember the last one, case, possessive case. First rule, we use the possessive case. Imagine a noun, plural noun ending in the letter S, ends in the letter S. We use apostrophe after the letter S, first rule. What is the second rule? We use a possessive case only with living beings. We don't use with things or objects. I give the examples like the table's legs, legs of the table, and the book's cover, the cover of the book. So here we are talking about a noun. Table is a noun, so is book. But this sentence talks about what? Possessive pronoun. Imagine the sentence is, Mark admired the car's price. Hope you are listening carefully. Mark admired the car's price. Car is what? A thing. Then you cannot say car's price. It is wrong. You have to say the price of the car. But here you are using a separate possessive pronoun. Possessive pronoun, the very fact that it's, is it there or not? It goes with what? Things, obviously. Car is what? It's a thing. So the sentence is right. Absolutely. So what is the answer, this one? Which option? Fourth option is the answer. Now the $1 million question. Who has got, I will change the question. Who has got 5 plus? 5 or 5 plus? Give them a big hand. That is good. I appreciate. Not easy. Others, no need to worry. Don't get disappointed. You must have seen for the first time. Am I right? One problem. And first time always difficult. Second, these take a lot of time and you got to be good at everyday English, English grammar, contextual awareness, and within the stipulated time period. So absolutely no problem. Now we will go to the last 5 questions. All of you please go to questions. First we will see the instructions. Is there any problem? No problem? Shall I continue? 4 sentences are given with a blank in each. 5 words are also given. The blank in each sentence can be filled by one or more of the 5 words given. Similarly, each word given in the choices can go into any number of sentences. Identify the number of sentences each word can go into and mark as your answer the maximum number of sentences any word can go into. In a nutshell, you have to select a word which can go into maximum number of sentences. Now, it takes a lot of time. We have to check with Be attentive, every word. In the scuffle, underline the word scuffle. Scuffle means fight. Exactly. Fight. F-I-G-H-T. Fight. In the scuffle, the innocent man received a hard bloom. Can you use the word bloom? No. Shock? No. Generally, this context, fight, people get blows. So, what is the answer? Blow. Hold this one. And received a hard jolt. We don't use the word jolt. Hard time? No. Now, we'll move on to the second sentence. It is immodest for a man to his own trumpet. There is a spelling mistake here. Please. It is not D. Please change it to T. Trumpet. Now, this is an idiomatic expression. Blow one's own trumpet means what? To brag or to boast. Write two words. One is brag, bragging. Second, B-O-A-S-T, boast. You could use these words. You could also use the idiomatic expression, blow one's own trumpet. So, the word blow goes with the second sentence. Yes or? So, please hold that one. It is immodest for a man to blow his own trumpet. His sudden death came as a hard blow to his family. This is also right. Hard blow means a difficult one to accept. Incident, we use the expression hard blow to his family. It goes with the third sentence, beyond any doubt. The garden was in full blow. No. What is the word here? The garden was in full bloom. Now we'll check other options. Three sentences we can use the word blow. Bloom goes with how many sentences? Only one. Which one is that? The garden was in full bloom. And his sudden death came as a hard shock. Shock also you could use, no problem. It doesn't go with the first one, it doesn't go with the second one. And jolt. Here, his sudden death came as a hard jolt. You could use the word jolt also, something like a blow. Jolt means push. Please write the literal meaning. Jolt means push. Push. Hard, in a hard way, push, jolt. That's something that shakes you when they push. So, it goes with that sentence. It doesn't go with the garden. Time. Received a hard time. No. For a man to time his own trumpet. No. As a hard time. No. The garden was in full time. So, obviously, what is the answer? The third option, blow, is the answer. But this is really, you have to check. Not easy. That's why I said this paper is all about to what extent you can handle stress and to what extent you have a patience. This paper requires a lot of patience, a lot of patience. Shall I move on to the next one? Question number 27. The weather being unconducive, underline that word. Conducive means positive, encouraging, right? Encouraging, positive. Suitable, conducive environment means suitable, encouraging, positive. We had to, unconducive means negative. We had to break the journey. How many of you think it is correct? I don't know how many of you know, sometimes people what they do from India, they want to go to the US. But on the way they stop. They stop at some place like France or some other country. Then they use the expression break journey. So this goes with journey. Why I had to say that? Break your journey, break journey. Break journey is used as a noun, but generally we break the journey. So the first word is right. We'll start with the first word. He decided to break from his partner and set up his own establishment. That's also right. And being an early riser, he wakes up at the break of dawn. Break of dawn. Dawn is what? First you write the meaning of the word dawn. The time before the sunrise. The time before the sunrise. Break. That means what? That's from that state to the next state. Break the dawn. It is also acceptable. But there is a break on the bottle or there is a crack on the bottle. It goes only with three sentences, not the fourth one. Now we'll see the word crack. Had to crack the journey? No. He decided to crack from his? No. Being an early riser, he wakes up at the crack of dawn. Crack of dawn also? No. But there is a crack on the bottle. It goes with the fourth sentence. Half. Does it go with journey? Does it go with partner? No. Does it go with half of dawn? No. There is a half on the bottle? No. Not relevant. Separate. It goes with the second sentence. To save time, I will tell where it goes. He decided to separate from his partner. This is right. It doesn't go with other options. And stop. Had to stop the journey. This is right. And it doesn't go with other sentences. So what is the answer here? Break. The innocent lady could not see through his evil intention. The word intention is right. We'll check other words. Evil pattern. Can you use the word pattern here? No. Evil design. Design is possible. Evil design. Some plot. Here design means what? Write the word plot. P-L-O-T. Plot. Evil plot. Generally we say evil plot, evil design. That is also acceptable. Evil model, not correct. Evil build, not correct. The intricate, obviously the word is design. It goes with the word design. Intricate means elaborate, clear, crystal clear. The details are clear. Then we say intricate design. The intricate design on this fabric makes it more attractive. Perfect. He employed a famous architect to design his house. Perfect. The psychologist observed a change in the child's behavior design. No. We don't say behavior design. We say behavior pattern. So not correct. But it can go with three sentences. Now what is the second option? No, intention we have rejected already. Intricate intention not correct. And architect intention not correct. Behavior intention not correct. Pattern goes with the second sentence. What is the second sentence? The intricate pattern on this fabric, correct? And the psychologist observed a change in the child's behavior pattern. That is also right. But two sentences. The other word, three sentences. Model. The intricate model, perhaps sometimes, but to model his house. Here model his house means as a verb, then it is right. It goes with the second sentence, but it doesn't go with the last sentence. Build. To build his house, that is right. Hope you guys are listening. Build his house is right, but evil build not correct, intricate build not correct, behavior build not correct. Now one word goes with three sentences, another word goes with two sentences, but you have to select the one that goes with three sentences. Which word is that? Answer is what? Third option, design. 29. If the company has made a project, it is entirely expected to the sincere efforts of the recovery team. No. Due to, that is a perfect word. Right? It is due to the sincere efforts of the recovery team. The train is due to arrive early in the morning. Due to arrive. Who says wrong? Raise your hands. Who says right? Raise your hands. I'm really surprised. It's an expression, typical expression. Due to arrive the next day, due to arrive tomorrow, due to arrive on Monday. Perfect. There's nothing wrong with that word. You have a question? It goes with the first sentence. What is the first sentence? It is entirely due to the sincere efforts of the recovery team. Perfect. The train is due to arrive early in the morning. This is also perfect. Based on his appraisal, he is due for a promotion shortly. This is also right. The advance which was due to me was paid well on time. This is also right. So one word goes with all the sentences. Which word is that? So answer is what? Second word. Now you cannot say entirely expected to the sincere, not correct. The train is expected to arrive. This is correct. Based on his appraisal, he is expected for a promotion. that is not usage point of view. The advance which was expected to me, which was due to me, is a regular expression. And credited doesn't go with train, not correct. And it doesn't go with other sentences also. Scheduled, that goes with the train. The train is scheduled to arrive early in the morning. This is perfect. It doesn't go with the first sentence, it doesn't go with the second sentence, third sentence, and it doesn't go with the was scheduled to me. Generally, we don't use the word scheduled. So, offered, does it go with the first sentence? If you don't respond, you are not attentive, you are not listening to me. I asked the question, does it go with the first sentence? No. Offered to the sincere efforts. Does it go with train context? No. Does it go with he is offered for a promotion? He is offered a promotion. He is offered a better post. And does it go with the last sentence, which was offered to me? But this perhaps, the advance which was offered to me was paid, but it doesn't go with the second clause. First clause, grammatically it is right. So what is the answer here? Second option is the answer. The of interest on public provident fund has been lowered in the recent budget. The price of interest, a rate of interest. So you all know the word, we'll check with that word. The rate of interest on public provident fund has been lowered in the recent budget, right. We can rate him as a good orator, is also right. The rate of every commodity at the supermarket is fixed, is also right. He had to pay a heavy, rate is not correct. Here, this is a good expression, please write the word. He had to pay a heavy price, means what? To face the consequences. Please write the meaning of that. Pay a heavy price means to face the consequences. To face the consequences. Will you say the fine of interest? No. We can fine him as a good orator? No. The fine of every commodity? No. So what is the answer here? Very difficult, time taking. Who has got all the 5 correct? At least a few students. Please stand up. 1, 2. Anyone else? Please give them a big hand. That's very good. I appreciate. Others, nothing to worry. Be happy. Today is not our day, tomorrow will be our day. That is the attitude, very simple. Now we will go to the passage. How many of you have read the passage? Please raise your hand seriously. Only a few hands. What we are going to do, first we will go through the questions related to vocabulary. That is better. So directions 20 to 22. Choose the word which most opposite in meaning. Opposite, just consider the word opposite. Instantaneous. Instant means what? Immediate. Instantaneous, something immediate. What is opposite? Delayed. Quick, same. Immediate, same. Eventful, not relevant. Unconventional, not relevant. So what is the answer here? Delayed. Vulnerable. Vulnerable means what? To be in a weak situation where you can be exploited physically or economically or financially, whatever. So susceptible. Answer? Respond. No. It is the same more or less. Vulnerable, susceptible, synonyms. Subtle difference is there. Susceptible goes with emotions. Vulnerable, not with emotions. Rigid. Rigid, what is opposite? Flexible. Stubborn, adamant, rigid, one side. Flexible, lenient, lax, the other side. So, is it relevant here? No. Invincible, that's a very good word. Please underline the word invincible. Invincible means very strong, very strong. I think we got this word the other day. I said usually it goes with kings. Invincible king, right? The typical combination. Invincible king means what? Difficult to defeat him. A very powerful king, a very strong king. Prone, likely to get affected. Prone to disease means they are likely to get affected. Weakling, someone is very weak. A bag of bones, thin like a skeleton. Then what is the word we use? Weakling. But is it relevant here? No. What is the answer? Vulnerable on the negative side, likely to get exploited, and opposite, very strong. Answer is invincible. Massive. Massive means what? On a large scale. And what is opposite? Tiny. Seems right? Hold that one. Gigantic. It means the same. Huge, enormous. Write the word enormous. Gigantic, huge, enormous, massive, colossal. Also write the word colossal. C-O-L-O-S-S-A-L, colossal. Bulky, something very heavy. We use the word bulky. Insignificant. What is the meaning of the word significant? Important. Opposite, insignificant. Acute, that's an important word. Please write the meaning of the word acute. Acute means severe, severe. And write the typical combination, acute pain. Also acute shortage of something. Acute shortage of water. Acute pain. And severe pain, what is the word? There is one word. We use the word agony. Agony means severe pain. And agony could be, it takes the adjective, physical agony or mental agony. Both could be used. So what is the answer here? The first option, massive, opposite, tiny. All the three you got, you must have got all the three correct. Should not be a problem. I will ask a question. Wait for some time. Now here, same meaning. What is the first word? Era. Year? No. Epoch. Epoch means the same. Time period. Era means what? A time period. Epoch also means time period. Answer is the second option. If at all there is one difficult, that is this one. Span. Span talks more about a range, the time period or something. Span means spread. Write the word spread. Spanned over means spread over. We also say time span, the range. Spirit. Spirit has many meanings. One is, some are positive, some are negative. Spirit, negative side, what is it? Hot drinks, alcohol, spirit. And chemical, in the chemistry lab, you have spirit. And positive, indomitable spirit. Write one expression, indomitable. That's a very good word. Indomitable. You all should have indomitable spirit. Means what? What do you understand? Very strong, positive, determined, unbeatable spirit. While preparing for competitive exams, you should have indomitable spirit. Essential. Because you see highs and lows, ups and downs. You should be resilient, very important. Resilient means what? Withstand all problems and come out successfully. Now what is the answer? Instinct. What is the last word? Instinct. Instinct means what? Generally we say a feeling which is natural or behavior which is natural, not based on thinking. Right? Inbuilt behavior. Inbuilt behavior. Also write ingrained behavior. Generally we use, write the expression, instinctive behavior. Instinctive behavior. So if you take birds, does someone teach a bird how to fly? Does someone teach a fish how to swim? They learn, it is ingrained. We call that instinctive behavior. When you see a snake, what is the reaction? You try to catch it or you try to escape? That is instinctive behavior. Now you got the meaning. Fine. So what is the answer here? The answer is the second option. This is a nice question, 24. If you get it right, I'll be very happy. Generally poised means what? Balanced, composed. Please write two words. Balanced, composed. Balanced or composed. But in the context, please go to the context. The banking sector is poised for more challenges. Now, can you use what is the typical meaning of poised? Balanced. What is the first option here? If you think that is the answer, not correct. What is the second one? Adulterated. I think I gave last week. Adulterate means what? To make something impure. Please write adulterate, to make something impure. To make something impure. Stupefied. I think something, it has a negative connotation. I don't remember right now. Launched, does it go with this context? No. What is the fifth option? Ready. So the sentence says the banking sector is poised for more challenges. So ready for more challenges. So what is the answer here? Ready for more challenges. Not balanced. It is a fifth option. How many of you have got this one right? That's very good. Mitigate. You have got this word many a time. Mitigate means what? To reduce. And write a few more words. Mitigate, also write. They go with bank exams. Alleviate, also write assuage. Mitigate, alleviate, assuage, reduce. And here investigate is not correct. What is the second option? Allay. Allay means mitigate, reduce. So what is the answer here? The second option is the answer. Elevate, opposite. Invigorate. Invigorate means to give more energy, to make something more active or more dynamic. Invigorate. Opposite. Amplify, that is magnify, that is also opposite. So what is the answer? The second option is the answer. Do we have one more word, or that is the last one? Now the question, who has got all the 6 correct? Passage related. Oh, give her a big hand, 1, 2, that's very good, I appreciate. But I expected more. Only one is difficult. Who has got 5 correct? How many of you? That is also not quite impressive. Always remember, the possibility could be. See, sometimes when I say certain things, some students, they don't relate. They look at me with a question mark face, and they wonder, what does he talk about? What is he up to? Please remember, passages are difficult, one thing. Take it for granted. Some passages are very difficult. Take it for granted. You can't do anything about it. Can you do something about it? No. Now what you have to do, be prepared. You come across passages which are difficult, and you will come across passages which will be very difficult. Difficult, very difficult. Now you have a choice. Difficult, very difficult. One choice, ignore. Don't read the passage. 90%, then you belong to the majority. But you should tell yourself, if I read this passage, because it's a tough passage, perhaps certain things are easy. Perhaps words, questions related to words are easy. Then all that you have to do, take the word, go to the context, cross-check once or twice, and you get the answer. There are 2 possibilities. One, you don't touch the passage because it's a lengthy passage and you thought not worth spending. You know marks. You don't get 1 mark also. But suddenly, on the spot, you decide, no, it's a tough passage. Still, I will check the words and I may get 2 or 3 marks, and every mark is important. Then you check all the questions, and all the questions very easy. Then what is the possibility? You get 6 marks. Which one is better, no marks or 6 marks? Very simple. As simple as that. So overall, if someone has got out of 30 this paper 20 plus, that is an accomplishment. What is it? Accomplishment. Has anyone got 20 plus this paper? No one. 15 plus. Where is that boy Karthik? How many have you got? Karthik? How many have you got? 19. Oh. Anyone between 15 and 20? 15. But that boy got 19. Give him a big hand. That is really good. And 15 plus is highly appreciable. And a paper like this, cut off 3 or 4 or perhaps 5 or 6, not more than that. I don't say they're very difficult, but time taking. It's not easy to answer all those questions, especially first 10 and last 5. Your time is gone. Then where is the time to read the passage? And by the time you're completely disturbed, then easy questions also become difficult. But whatever it is, it's a very good paper. Please remember, easy papers, you should not be happy. You should be unhappy. You know why? Easy papers, every Tom, Dick and Harry can answer the questions. What is the big deal? Then what is the competitive edge you're going to have? A paper like this, a challenging paper, you take it as a challenge, you score well, then it is worth considering. And more challenging papers, the more the better. You're raising your standards indirectly. But out of 10 papers, you see 8 papers easy, you're very happy with your scores. But in the exam, you see a tough paper, what will happen? You get the shock of your life. The other way, you see 8 tough papers, 2 easy papers. In the exam, it's a tough paper. What will be your reaction? Already you're used to that, so you do very casually, you get maximum marks. So now you decide which one is better. Easy papers or tough papers? Tough papers always better. And I felt personally, when I saw this paper, I was really happy. It's a challenging paper. Any challenging paper, you should be happy. Because what is the quote for today? Don't limit your challenges. Challenge your limits. Always challenge your limits. This paper, tougher paper, more tougher, the toughest paper. Then ask yourself, where do I stand? And how can I reach those standards? And try, you achieve. On that note, I would like to stop here. Thank you very much. Any questions from your side?